So we are heading out to Innovation Academy right here in Alpharetta. All right, so we were invited by one of the seniors for the incredible project what they are working on, and I am just so excited to go and see this project. Wait till you hear what they have built, and just high school grads, high school kids. So I'm super excited.
I'm very happy that
Thank
you're
you
here.
for inviting.
No, I'm glad you're coming, man.
Thank you.
It's going to be an amazing tour.
Come on in.
You are?
Kyle.
Kyle,
Yeah, nice
pleasure to meet you. Awesome. Please, after you.
Thank you.
You guys have your IDs?
Yes, please.
Okay, you need to check in over here.
Dallas, it was our second place. And then we just got a new office in Germany, which is really nice to talk to those guys, but very tough.
Okay.
It's amazing, dude. What they do is, I can go more in depth if you want later.
Sure. Absolutely.
What they do is really good. They're like the second biggest in America right
I'd
now.
love to talk further about it and what you all did.
It's a really good what they do because they take, their motto is that if you can imagine it, we'll build it. It's like a basic child motto, but they can actually do it. One of their biggest project was, I think it's a Gulf Wing. It's one of the private jet companies.
Yeah.
They had
Gulfstream.
Thank you.
Work-based learning, I basically found a company that sponsored my project, and from there they helped me network with other sponsors so we can fund our Formula Race Car project, which is actually being assembled down in engineering.
That's where we
want to go.
Okay.
Last summer,
Okay.
we were traveling around Georgia.
You want to go through the entries? Yeah, we can talk here for a second.
What are all these logos and why do you have this here?
These are all the companies that sponsor our school currently.
Wow.
Very nice.
So where is VDART's logo? We should be here. How do we get that?
Abby's working on that.
I'm working on it. So
Okay, cool.
There is a process.
So we have another person in the school named Laura Taylor. She is in charge of our business partners, and so she's been working with Abby to get all of that stuff taken care of.
Awesome. This is cool. Very nice.
So the program itself, so the students sign up. It's any student can do it, and they sign up for 5, 10, or 15 hours of work a week.
Okay.
Okay, so it depends on their class schedule. It depends on anything like that. It depends on their interests and everything. You've never been in this building,
No,
correct?
I've never been.
So this is our hangar.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the cafeteria. This is the general meeting area. Hangout. The kids are in virtual periods now, so some kids are actually in class. They're doing a virtual period right now.
Yeah.
Others are around the building doing all sorts of so we can keep going this way.
Sure.
You guys add anything as I'm talking?
Yeah, please. Just jump in.
So for the work-based learning, I focus, the kids can get any job they want. They can get a job at Chick-fil-A if they want to do that, but I focus on getting the kids their pathway jobs.
Okay.
So we focus on healthcare, IT, and engineering here. So I've been, the past few weeks, all I've been doing is going out to different engineering firms and trying to get businesses that'll take our students and everything and trying to sell the program to them.
Yeah.
We're going to go in that direction.
Sure.
So just trying to sell overall. The issue with engineering is an age issue.
Yeah.
If you're under 18, it's a problem. But I found some companies that have been pretty good about, wanting to help out and everything.
Yeah.
Others are like, nope, we only do college internships. That kind of stuff. But I'm a firm believer that if we can get somebody in the building, like we're doing right now, that you will see what our students can actually do, and it's very, very impressive. You're going to see what these guys have done. So.
Absolutely. No, I'm a firm believer.
There, actually.
I'm a firm believer. Actually, students in school, before they get to college, there's a lot we can actually, as employers, we can extract a lot of talent. But it's just that employers need to get a taste of it.
Right.
And so long as you don't try it, you would not really capitalize. Now, we've had several students who actually engaged with our customers as well in solving their problems.
All right, so Kyle, explain so we're starting here in the engineering. So first of all, I will tell you for the school here, and you guys can probably tell more about it also, we do something here called GT Block.
Okay.
Where we have the freshmen take, it's basically a survey class that combines healthcare, IT, and engineering. And they do projects, different projects throughout the entire semester. You guys should be telling us more. So
Yeah.
So GT Block is just a combination of all the pathways we have here. It's healthcare, IT, and engineering. And this is one of the engineering 1 classes. So we have engineering 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
So there's a wood shop in between our 2 engineering classes here. This
Okay.
is where students usually prototype with stuff like cardboard and wood.
Okay.
And then they step up like materials in different levels. So engineering 2 is just all wood, and engineering 3 is metal, and
Okay.
engineering 4 is just project-based metal work.
Very
That's
nice.
how it just develops over time.
This is cool.
And we keep going through.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing's on right now. It's fine.
Hello, how are you?
Good, great.
Awesome.
This is a really nice teacher of ours.
What do you teach?
It's the engineering portion of the GT block.
Very nice. Awesome.
Guy.
Pleasure to meet you. So, what does GT stand for?
No exact
It's
term.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it was outformed with Georgia Tech.
Oh.
And then so they basically helped start it, but then I think it's just in name only now.
Oh,
With
nice.
that, I mean, we do have a very good relationship with Georgia
Yes.
Tech and other schools around, but I think for that particular thing, we had people that were working with Georgia Tech. I don't really know about that part. So.
Okay.
So this is one of my favorite rooms.
Which one?
There's many. These are all their 3D printers.
Oh my
They
God.
have way more. They have way more.
We actually have 2 bamboos right now. They're really nice ones recently. These printers were actually broken year 1 after constant use
Yeah.
and improper care.
Yeah.
Recently, the students themselves, not even the teachers, have been fixing them. Most of these on the top rack have been fixed, sort of, extruded tips, all been replaced. Actually, some prints are going right now for some student projects. The GT block kids will come in here, upload their program approved by the teacher, and then they'll run it. So this one, what is? Oh, I'm not going to question that one. I know what it is too. But these are amazing things. Actually, that right over there is a new one. One of my friends
one?
could explain it better. It's a resin printer we have now.
It's a resin printer. Okay.
So they're not running currently, so probably take a look. Here we go. So with a resin printer and a cure too. So amazing things. So it gives
Interesting.
more detailed, more minuscule, like small things here and there. Oh yeah, it's the most common thing made by these things. Veil prints.
Basically, we recently renovated this room, so we had more 3D printers out, but we left more space for fabrics, fabrication, stuff like that on this side. Then we just kept this side 3D printing.
Amazing. Okay. Cool.
Very hands-on approach to the school. One of the best thing about this place versus you taking an instruction sheet, reading
Yeah.
it 8 times over, then doing something.
Yeah.
The school employs you to use your mind versus anything else.
Nice.
Very helpful.
That's right.
Which room is this for?
Engineering.
This is GT block engineering one as well.
Yeah, but this is engineering 3. Selma, this engineering 3? Yeah. This is applications for right now where they apply all the things they learned years prior, block and concepts, and they take it to actual projects. It's a
Okay.
very nice thing they do here.
Cool.
There's one I know you guys will speak more about. I know they do one project where it's the packaging one for the hot and the cold. Like, did you do that your
I think
freshman
that's
year?
a GT block.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a GT block.
It's like engineering research based, basically. So you have a problem, you go through a solution, engineering design process, you do all that, and then at the end they have their product and all the research they did along with it.
Very nice. So these labs are accessible by like what grade of students?
All 9 through 12.
9 through
You
12.
need permission from the teachers. That's really it.
You have to be
Okay.
certified to use some of the machinery like metal shop or
Yes.
wood shop.
We have work-based learning kids that work in engineering that are
Yeah.
in charge of safety and training kids on some of the machines. So that could be like a job for these kids. So I have some kids that work in the building.
Yeah.
And out of the 150 that are in the program, like 30 work in the building. Everybody else works out of the building.
Fabulous. So Innovation Academy, in terms of the grades, what you have elementary and middle and high as
It's
well,
just
or
9
only?
through 12.
9 through 12.
Only. Okay. All right. Cool.
Now, you want to leave the welding shop?
California. Yeah.
Right, so over here we have our plasma cutter, very large scale.
Okay.
Basically a bed-size cut.
Okay.
We program it on the computer right here. It's going on right now.
Oh wow.
So we got these curtains here so the arc doesn't burn your eyes out.
Got it.
And there, that's our welding booth.
Okay.
So we're welding right now as well.
Yeah.
We got the curtain up. You probably see me a little bit.
Yeah. man.
doing their engineering 4 project. And then we got more of the metal shop equipment here, hydraulic press. We got the band saws over there, regular saws. We got an assembly station over there.
Okay.
We got a lathe going on right here.
So the training part of it, right? So a student generally, what happens is, because when I went back in India when I went to school for engineering, in the lake, generally working with whether it's welding, you initially have some kind of a coach or somebody who gives you the orientation. I don't see any actually teachers around at all. So
then we got this is stuff for the robotics use to practice in our competition.
Oh wow.
And then we just got even more to work on.
Our robotics team recently went to Worlds, which was in Houston, Texas.
Really?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
We are
Super.
really good at what we do here.
Okay.
I'm biased.
I'm so excited, man. I could see a lot of things which generally you don't get to see in other schools.
This isn't like, I keep saying that, this isn't like another high school.
Yeah.
Find this one, maybe at like a Lions Academy or something of that sort.
Yeah.
Well, this school is so much more different from a Cambridge Alpharetta High School.
Yeah.
They're really hands-on with the students here, make sure they understand their concepts, versus them going to the actual world, not knowing a clue, and then they fail.
Yeah.
They can actually know how to understand, like, this phone pair, like this is my favorite thing, even though I don't get to touch it anymore because I'm not engineering. This is our CNC router. We bought this about 2 years ago for students to understand how to do CNC parts, machinery. Very hands-on approach, but it's got to be safe. Got to be safe with this thing. One wrong move, that whole thing's gone. It takes $10K to replace that bit. Not the bit, but the bit. Not cheap.
We've broken bits before, so we have to replace them.
So this is called as, what's the name of this machine?
CNC router, sir.
CNC router. Okay.
So just 2D CNC stuff.
Okay.
For like wood, resin,
Got it.
acrylic boards, even metal.
Super.
He's getting an A to talk about the robotics team.
Oh, yeah.
So our robotics,
Okay.
I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to do it justice. But I would just say that this year the team has bloomed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so where are we heading next?
The teacher
This way? Okay.
We're going to wait right here.
Super,
They were
okay.
excited about the
Probably take
robotics.
us to that.
The engineering 2 concepts.
Okay.
This is where sophomores will understand engineering.
Okay.
Where you start with your projects and how you're supposed to take the process over.
Got it.
In that
We
corner
just
over
put these in
there.
there. Or does it matter?
Yeah, you can give these in these
Yeah,
boxes.
Sure. Thank you. How do they drive curriculum at class? Like between 9
to 12.
Yeah. How is it driven? How is the curriculum design?
It's not
How is
more or
it
less
driven?
the
Because I
teacher-
do see there's a lot of work which is
You
going
don't
on.
get spoon feeding up the school. I'll say that. Personally, I've experienced that myself with failing classes, learning how to actually study properly versus just looking at a paper, going through a study guide. They more or less tell you what you need to learn,
Okay.
what you need to know by, and with the doubts you have, you can go ask the teacher with that. But they won't directly teach you concepts. Because in the
Okay.
real world, no one gets on the ground and teaches you.
Yeah.
You got to learn on your own to get out there.
Awesome.
Here, I'll
Okay.
show you the robot. Go that way.
Okay. I was thinking this is the robot. Okay.
Oh, that's just a small one you want to go. They get bored.
How's it going?
Hello, how are you?
Good, Daniel.
Daniel, pleasure to meet you.
This is our field captain, Anae Ram.
Yeah.
He's a senior
Anae?
this year.
An A.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah,
And
you too.
he can walk you through our FRC robot.
Okay, super.
Yeah.
Should we get that?
Comment if you want. Sorry, it's a bit messy. We just came back.
Oh, this is a championship robot.
Yes. So we just came back from the championship this week.
Okay.
So that's why the area is a bit messy. We're still unpacking.
Sure.
But we compete in First Robotics competition, which
Okay.
is the highest level of competitive high school robotics that you can compete in.
In the US, is it? Or
And
globally?
Worldwide.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
the Houston Championship was last weekend. We competed with about 600 teams across the world.
Okay.
12 countries represented, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But how it works is that they release a brand new competition every year,
Okay.
and you have about 8 to 10 weeks to design, build, and code a brand new robot.
Hmm.
So this is a robot from this year. Competition was released in the beginning of January, so January 4th, and we had our first competition mid-March.
Okay.
We competed in 3 regional competitions, which qualified us for Worlds, and we won all 3. So
You won
yeah.
all the 3.
Yes,
Wow.
we won all 3, went to states,
Yeah.
competed there, then went to Worlds. So yeah, it's been a very good season for us. If you go up to the hangar, you can see our banners from previous competitions, from
Yeah.
winners and awards. But
So what does this robot do?
yeah, the challenge this year is two parts.
Yeah.
So the first one is to score these PVC pipes that we call coral. And they're just 12-inch long, 4-inch diameter PVC pipes.
Okay.
And there are 4 scoring levels. So we have one of these bars, which is set up on the field. There are 12 of these on each side.
Okay.
So it's actually 3v3. So you're on an alliance with 2 other robots versus 3 other robots on like a basketball court-sized field.
Okay.
And there are 12 of these on each side. And you have to score these over here, 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 and then there's a little dump station in the bottom. So that's part of the challenge. And the other part of the challenge is to grab these balls and score them in a net that's about 18 feet tall-ish.
Wow.
But, oops.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
But yeah, this robot can do everything in the game this year. And yeah, this guy gets something right here. It pivots up so it can score at the bottom, and then it's let me grab back here. Everything here goes up.
Yeah.
So it can score into higher levels as well. If you want to see a video, I did have one pulled up.
Oh, show me the video.
Yeah.
Come on over here.
This is when we were practicing. This isn't during an actual competition, but we were practicing at one of the practice fields in our area, and this is just the.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is just running a couple cycles. Oh. Oopsies, but yeah.
No, that's fine.
You can see it's full extension right there. We score and we go. We also use Vision Auto Align.
Yeah.
So if you look, when it's pivoted up, oh sorry, we've got a camera right here.
Yeah.
And under each of the scoring areas, there's a little QR code that we call an April tag. So we can see that, align automatically, and score.
So how much time do you have to get this robot ready? What's the competition guidelines from the time they announce till the time you are in the first competition? Like how much time do you have?
It's about 8 weeks between
8 weeks
for our first competition, and we practice every day except Sunday.
Now, how long does it take for you to build a robot according to the specification? So when they announce the competition, does it mean, hey, you know what, you got to build a robot with these specifications. This is what it's got to perform, like how you mentioned that.
Yeah.
So how much time do you have to build a robot and get it to production ready?
We spend about 40 hours per week.
40 hours?
50 hours per week.
50 hours from scratch?
From scratch.
Okay.
So we start with just, if you look, we have a YouTube channel with just our testing. So we design wood prototypes using wheels, different types of wheels, to see what materials work best, what designs work best. You can just pull that up, 8866 testing on YouTube.
Wow, okay.
But we run through like dozens of prototypes before we actually build a final robot. But we go from whiteboarding to CADing, like everything here is CADed, designed in SolidWorks.
Yeah.
But everything is designed on SolidWorks. All the pieces are custom manufactured in-house, and it's been,
Wow.
So we go from the actual design to the final product. So
this is incredible.
It's where you actually,
and how many of you work on a project?
So our team is 90 members, so it's a pretty large
90
team.
people?
Yes.
Wow.
But we have maybe 30 to 40 people showing up every day.
Okay. So when you have 90 people, does that mean all the 90 people actually contribute towards building the robot?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of, how do you project manage this?
Yeah. So what we've started this year is, since we're such a large team, we work with like a work pool. So we have a work pool of 90 people or 40 people who show up to a certain practice.
Okay.
And at the beginning of practice, we basically say, these are the tasks that need to get done.
Yeah.
We have one junior leader in charge of each task. Like a task could be testing a prototype or designing this prototype or building out something or replacing one of the bars on the elevator. But we just have tasks that need to get done, a junior lead on each task, and we just say who wants to work on what. So depending on what you're interested, like mechanical or electrical or code, just choose what you want to work on. And you just go through with that. And that's how the whole season's run. It's been really successful for us, even with such a large team.
So who finally puts this whole thing together? Like from the time, I understand the concept. What you're doing is you're breaking it out into teams, smaller teams doing certain components of this, and then finally you put the assembly together. So that do you have a specific team which actually puts everything together and gets the final product out?
It's not a specific team. It's just anyone who we feel is... anyone who's
who's the chief product officer? That's what I want to know.
Well, I'm in charge of build.
Okay.
We have another captain in charge of strategy.
Okay.
And
So
we
you call it as captain. Okay. All right.
yeah,
Good.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
we have 8 captains on the team from build to strategy to HR to marketing.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm in charge of build, and we have another strategy captain who's in charge of like general robot strategy, build strategy.
Got it.
And how it
Got
works.
it.
But yeah,
Man, this is amazing.
it is. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Now, this is truly how you do it in organizations as well as you go out to workplace. This is
So
exactly
yeah,
what
a bunch of our
happens.
mentors have been doing things like this
Yeah.
in their actual work.
So do you have mentors as well?
Yes.
So you bring mentors from people who are working in arts organizations? Is that what you do?
Sometimes we do. We have Mrs. Huntley,
Okay.
who is Mr. Huntley's wife. But
Yeah.
She's worked in product development for a while, and her ideologies and how how we actually carry out our tasks. That's been very helpful.
Yeah.
Mr. Hightower's been very helpful because he just comes in for fun and he just helps us out with pretty much anything we need to.
So you're a senior now?
Yes, I'm a senior.
Okay. So have you started your college application process?
Yeah.
Where you
So
go?
I'm going to Georgia Tech this year.
Very nice. What do you plan to do?
Aerospace engineering.
Aerospace.
So yeah,
Awesome.
I'm in tech for aerospace.
Awesome.
We have a bunch of members.
So you guys won the nationals?
No, we didn't win nationals.
Okay.
We won 3 of our regional competitions.
Okay.
We didn't do as well in states because we prioritized the wrong things. But that's okay. We still qualified for Worlds and we went and competed there.
Awesome.
We ended like middle of the pack at Worlds, which is I'll take it for a 4th-year team.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations and thanks again. And good luck with your college. All right.
Thank you.
Do well.
Nice meeting you.
That these kids get, and they also are certified. There's a test that they can take where they can get jobs directly out of high school, working as a medical assistant if they're CMA certified, and we have patient certifications. So that's where I come in, trying to help them get those jobs during the year when they have that.
This is incredible.
I think they're taking an exam right now.
Here, yeah. So we have every year we have a for healthcare we have major events, and so each pathway has a major event. So we had for healthcare we had Save a Life.
Okay.
For engineering we had one last year that was like we did NASA challenges. They launched rockets. IT they do like coding for a cause and things like that. So for the healthcare one, we did a simulation. And by the way, those Fridays, only those students come to school. So for like a Healthcare Flex Friday, only the healthcare kids come to school and the other kids are doing asynchronous work.
Got it.
Then we have like companies come in and they can do like workshops, like VDarts come in and they've done workshops on IT Flex Fridays and things like that.
Got it.
But for our healthcare one, they had, we brought like Alpharetta Fire Department came in, we had all these nurses and this year was a chemical spill. And so the kids were doctors and we had the hangar set up as a emergency room and everybody had a different role and it was an entire thing. It was pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a whole ambulance.
Yeah, you can look at
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Information technology and engineering. Right? So all of these folks, where I see challenge in technology is that students, when they come with deep tech experience, but they don't have the business experience or entrepreneurial experience, how do you inculcate that or how do you groom them to become entrepreneurs? And
I don't know if you can groom entrepreneurs. You may have to have that entrepreneurial spirit to start off with. But we do have, like for my program for work-based learning, if students have their own business, I let them use that for work-based learning, and I will pair them up with a mentor from the community.
Yeah.
And they'll meet with them weekly on Zoom or something like that.
Yeah.
And they can talk about that. But otherwise, they, unfortunately, we don't have anything that's set up to do that.
So I see that as a gap in the industry. When I'm meeting some of the senior executives, some of the even CIOs, CTOs, they always have this. We can walk out and we can talk. They always have this aspiration that I want to be a business professional. I want to be an entrepreneur. But what has happened is because they are so deeply embedded in tech or in their jobs, they never get that opportunity. So that's where actually I come in, and what I'm doing is I'm talking to elementary school kids, middle school kids, high school kids, in terms of giving them what real entrepreneurship or business means, and how can you use what you learn at school and then use that to become an entrepreneur. So if you're thinking on those lines, you can use me as a subject matter expert or as a resource to come and give you the framework and groom the kids to think the entrepreneurial route, or starting their own businesses, either entrepreneurial route or getting a better sense of business by itself. So
I think it's
you can count me in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being tested right now on some sort of procedure or whatever she's doing. Maybe maybe she's one of her WBL stands. I don't remember. But that's what they are doing.
Amazing. It's almost the major. If you go through this in a way I look in the industry, they are almost job ready.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
That's what we are trying to do.
Awesome.
So let's head towards IT.
Yeah.
This way.
Pretty much any Unity software from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
They've actually, I know you're not here, but May 1st they'll be presenting all their projects they built over a year. That's Coach Chang, really lovely person. They have taught students from beginning to end about how to actually understand Unity as a software development company, how to go from zero to a hero on all the software itself. I'm not saying much because I didn't take game design that.
Yeah.
Wish I did, but missed opportunity, honestly. But this is not the only class you take here. This is also programming apps, games, and society, where again, it integrates society as a whole and brings it to computer science.
Super. Okay.
Cybersecurity preps you for cybersecurity as a whole, teaches you the basics from networking, topologies, all of it, to advanced cybersecurity. Advanced cybersecurity is what I just finished right now. I actually just received my certification today.
Oh, nice.
Fun to do that exam.
What certification did you
Security Plus, sir.
Okay.
So it is a industry level exam for those who are trying to break into cybersecurity or just get better at it. So it, again, gets you out of the door with either 60 grand, 70 grand jobs starting. So
What is the curriculum, what they cover in this particular program?
in this this one, so you start with network topologies, understand how network works from the IP packets all the way down to your laptop. So you learn about the OSI model, about TCP, ICP. You learn about all the protocols you would need to understand. I think the teacher was in here, or she is now.
Yeah.
But you go from there, you go to actual security policy, learning about how Windows servers work. You can actually get your hands on to some labs they do. Recently, they did a lab for setting up an IT facility. Basically, have to understand, okay, what is my most key thing here? What do we need to protect the most? And so students are able to learn what their key things in a facility are. So you got to protect the network closet, the CEO office, you got to set up cameras, keypads. Actually, right here, you can see in the corner is actually one of the servers we set up recently. So this will be later in use the next year. We're just going to get a hands-on learning with servers and how to actually manipulate one and set it up to do something.
Got it.
So it's very good. I won't be here next year, but I set it up, make sure it's going to go. That's all I cared about.
I want to take a look at the curriculum. One of the reasons why I wanted to see the curriculum is I wanted to see what is it that being taught in cybersecurity, because the two most trending areas in terms of job opportunities, it's on cybersecurity and AI. So that's one of the reasons. So I wanted to just get a quick idea from you as well.
At Innovation, we actually, last month, we met with our business partners. And we got to get you guys involved with this. And we met, the teachers met with the industry people to specifically go over things like that. Like, what do you need us to teach in the classes?
Oh, cool. Okay.
So even though it may be in the curriculum, we can actually still have the power to add to that curriculum and add to exactly what is actually happening in industry.
Very nice.
So we have that flexibility.
Excellent. And is there specific curriculum around AI, what you have right now?
We are starting that next year. We're starting an AI pathway next year.
Okay. I'm Sid. Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Actually helped me pass my certifications.
Very nice. And you teach cybersecurity?
Yes.
Very nice. I just wanted to, so I was just asking Ronak about what's the kind of coverage what you have in terms of training young minds specifically around cybersecurity. So if you want to give us a quick overview around what does the content look like, or what does the syllabus look like?
Yeah, sure. So for the state of Georgia, we do it in pathways. So they actually take 3 classes in the pathway. They take an intro to hardware class. That's basically about the hardware, so that they kind of learn like all the things that access the network. The second course is Intro to Cybersecurity, which just covers networking. So it's the basics of networking all together. And then advanced cybersecurity is that third course, where they're doing all of the security concepts and prepping for, like Roanoke said, the Security Plus certification exam. So in that 3-year time, they'll learn all of that. And we mostly use CompTIA's LabSim curriculum to kind of go through it. It's really hard in the public school system because the kids are very limited in what they have access to for obvious reasons. So we do have some internal servers and an internal network in here that we can do some things on, but a lot of it is through those lab simulations because they don't have admin access to their computers and things like that. But we can do that inside of CompTIA's curriculum.
Fantastic. Oh, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Hopefully we'll see you again. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Bunch of amazing, intelligent kids. You always have an opportunity to intern with us, even while you are in college. All right. So just hit up on us. You got my card. Let us know if you're interested in doing anything at all, working with us. During an entire 4-year program, you could continue to do work with us. There are several interns who have worked with us throughout their entire college period. All the 4 years, they continue to work with us. So just actually connect with us.
Hey, how's it going?
Fantastic. How are you?
Nice
Scott,
to meet you.
pleasure to meet you. My name is Sid.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming.
Pleasure. Absolutely.
So Sid, how was your experience at Innovation Academy?
Amazing experience. So first of all, I've been to so many different campuses around the world. Never a campus like this. I've been even to Georgia Tech campus, and for this stage of students, a campus like this is incredible. And the emphasis just on engineering, computer science, and health. Incredible focus, and from the curriculum, what you cover. What actually excited me the most is getting to know from the students. A majority of the work, what they do is through self-learning. There's not a whole lot of spoon feeding. There's a lot of research which goes in. And I think those are the skills which are really needed in the real world experience. Once you step out of the job, you got to go figure out how to solve the problem. And that is the most desired skill in business, which is curiosity. Curiosity and how do you solve a problem. So, great campus. So we would like to know more about how we could be, and I already spoke to your team who is building the Formula race car. We wanted to come in, be a sponsor for that. But I want you to, for this incredible campus and spearheading the school as a principal, we would love for you to let our audience know what is it that you would like corporations to come and do here.
Yeah, I think, speaking of curiosity, I think is a really important thing. And, for me to have business partners come in and share their expertise, I think our students learn best when they move outside of the academic setting and they get an opportunity to work with people in the professions that they're looking to go into and learn how complicated the world can be, but then also how much they can do. If they're, committed to solving a problem, they can solve all kinds of things. And that's an amazing thing. And if we don't have business partners, that's harder for us to do. Yeah. So the more people we can get involved, the more people we can have support our students in their projects they're doing, the better it's going to be.
Absolutely. One additional input which I just wanted to add, and while I was having a conversation, is around. So I think the way we need to look at it is we've got these 3 core focus going on: engineering, IT, and healthcare. But more importantly, when I speak to young executives or senior executives, there's always a desire for all of these folks to go the entrepreneurial route, but they don't have the basic ingredients. Although they run large Fortune 1000 or Fortune 50 corporations, but there is something which is missing, which does not allow them to jump out. With all the 20, 30 years of experience, they still do not have that I wouldn't say courage. They don't have that element which is missing to jump out and do an entrepreneurial gig. All right. So I think adding a sliver of entrepreneurship and business through bringing in real world folks, entrepreneurs. It should not be just a instructor-led curriculum, but bringing in entrepreneurs, people who are in business, to come and talk more about business, to get this talent pool ready. Hey, you know what? Once you graduate out of school, you can go either way. You can go work for a large corporation or be ready to do a startup. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. We actually have our work-based learning coordinator here. So this is a big thing for us. We think that that entrepreneurial piece is really about solving problems, taking action, and solving problems that are important to the world around you. And so that skill set is very important for us. So we do have a very active work-based learning where our students can go out, they can work with other companies, or they can start their own. They can work in-house to try to solve problems from a business perspective, or go out in the community and do all kinds of things there.
Awesome. All right. Super. So at the count of 3, all of us are just going to jump out, okay? Hey, that's a wrap at Innovation Academy. All right. Let us know what your thoughts and comments are for this amazing school, which is right here in Alpharetta. Living in Alpharetta for the last 17 years, I never visited this campus. Thanks to Ronak. Give it up for this guy. He's an incredible guy. All right. Okay. On the count of 3, let's go.